you guys? Welcome to my channel. So this is my first video for this channel, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about my entire Hoya collection, which there is quite a bit. So first, a little bit about me. My name, not a little bit about me, I'll introduce myself more later, but my name is Cassidy. I love plants. I really love Hoyas in particular, but I really love any plant, all plants. So I figured for my first video I would just go ahead and show you guys all of my Hoyas, which there is going to be a lot. So I don't want to ramble all too much just about myself. I'll probably make a separate video kind of introducing myself a little bit better, and yeah, but right now we are going to be getting into some Hoyas. Okay, so for the first Hoya in my collection today, we're gonna talk about my Hoya Mathilde. So this guy is such a vigorous grower. Like, I got this, I think I started it from 2 cuttings I got from 2 of my friends, my plant friends. And this is what she's grown out to be. It's probably only been about a year that I've had those cuttings and that I've started growing them out. And I've taken cuttings from this plant that I have propagating, and yeah, it just grows like crazy and it's so pretty. I love how round the leaves are and the little splash that comes in on them. She's got all these vines going on in the back that are just going crazy. You can see all her new growth as well. My dog is walking. I'm sure you can hear his footsteps. But she's also got some peduncles happening. Let's see, can I find one really quick? Well, there's one right there. I haven't actually ever seen a bloom, but there's a peduncle right there, and I don't know, there's several other, like, she's pretty covered in these peduncles at this point. But so that's my Hoya Mathilde. My next Hoya, it's still technically a Hoya Mathilde, and it's not anything special or a different cultivar or anything. It's just, this is very highly splashed, and it put out this elbow stem. So I'll probably have to insert, I'm gonna take her out of her cover pot. I'll probably have to insert some better footage so I can show you this stem. But basically it is completely white and the actual stem is pink up until this point, and now she's putting out a normal green leaf again. So I don't know. But yeah, you can see how super splashy she is over here. So I just have this separated. It's technically not a different plant, but she looks a little different. She's getting a little bit too much light as well. And I've even moved her down from the top shelf, so hopefully she wouldn't get so bleached, but it's not working, but still cute nonetheless. So that is my other Hoya Mathilde. She actually lives in this pot, and I think she looks super cute in it with her little trellis. I really should probably cut this. I don't know, because I want her to get really big, but right now she's disproportionate. But oh well. Okay. The next Hoya in my collection, this is my Hoya CHOUKE, or CHOUKE, or I don't really know how you pronounce it once again, but I really love this Hoya. They come in, the leaves come in kind of like soft and fuzzy, and I don't know, she just grows really well. She's really cute. There's not too much I can say. She gets splashed a little bit sometimes. I have her on another circle trellis. I really like to trellis my Hoyas just because the tendrils kind of get insane sometimes, so a lot of them are going to be on a trellis. But anyways, so let's get a better look at these leaves. I think they're so cute. They're just so cute, and you can kind of tell how they're a little bit fuzzy as well. I don't know, I just love them. Love them. Love them. Okay, so Hoya CHOUKE CV cultivar, CHOUKE, because I'm pretty sure it's like a hybrid of 2 different Hoyas, but I'm not sure which ones. Okay, next Hoya, let's just go ahead and start with plain old, or not start with, go on to the plain old Hoya Carnosa. So Yep, this is just my plain green Hoya Carnosa. I actually have 2 of these, and this actually used to be a really giant plant, but at the beginning of summer, I thought it would be a good idea to put my Hoyas, my really big Hoyas, outside so they could get bigger. I didn't acclimate them to the outside, so they all burnt, so I chopped them up because they were really ugly. So I got these 2 pots out of that plant and should end up with 2 really full pots because there's like 40 cuttings in here. But yeah, I love a good plain green Hoya. They're still so pretty to me, and I think it's just so simple and stunning. So I've got 2 of those just plain Hoya Carnosas that I'm going to grow out and hopefully have them be super huge. I'm trying to get these out of the way so you can kind of focus on one Hoya, but there's so much on my table right now, it's gonna be kind of hard. Okay, let's have you scoot that way maybe. Okay, let's do this one next. This is one of my Hoya Crimson Princesses. So pretty. Once again, this is one of those Hoyas I put outside. She burnt to a crisp, so I chopped it up, and this is what we've got now. I actually did have a second pot of this one, but my sister really liked it, so I just gave it to her, and she may have killed it by now, but I'm not sure. So Hoya Crimson Princess. It's got the variegation on the inside of the leaves, and then I actually have another one. Let's see if I can even reach it. Oh, there's so much on this table. And it's one of those giant hanging baskets that you get from Costa Farms, but I just took the hanger off because I just like how full and dangly it is. Yeah, so I have duplicates of this one. I really like it though because I'm putting them in different growing conditions. So this one, the green, is a little bit lighter, and if you can tell, it's coming in a lot darker on this plant. So top. This is my Hoya Daki. I don't really know how you're supposed to say it, but it's so pretty. I love the shape of these leaves and the splash that's coming in. I just think it's gorgeous. I just got this from a friend. It's just a little guy, but if you can see, let's see right there, she's putting out some new growth finally. So I'm really hoping I don't accidentally knock that little nub off. But yeah, I think she's super cute. I haven't had her that long yet, so I don't know too much about it, or if it's gonna be easy, or if it's gonna grow well. But I mean, so far it's putting out new growth, so we will see on that. But anyways, okay, this next one is my Hoya Bella, and this guy looks pretty tragic. I probably should have plucked that dead piece out, but I didn't. Yeah, this has gotten spider mites about 20 times now, and I'm kind of over it at this point. So I mean, I really like it, and it was growing so well for me, and then it got spider mites, and it's just never been the same since. So yeah, it either lives and that's great, or it dies, and I'm not going to be too worried about it because I'm tired of dealing with these spider mites. But yeah, that's my Hoya Bella. She's not too much to look at. Okay, the next Hoya, let's see. Let's just go right here because this one's right in front of me. Next one is my Hoya KRINKLE 8. Now this is another just kind of plain old, plain Jane regular dude, but I really like it. It's starting to grow pretty well for me. We've got a few different stems going now in here. Yeah, there's not too much to say about this one either. I like that it's crinkly, but it's another just plain green Hoya, but I don't know, kind of cute. And I will say a lot of my Hoyas are in like just some nursery pots. I'm trying to kind of get them all into some decorative pots just because I do like how it looks a lot better and it's a lot prettier, but that also costs a lot more money. So we just got to do that slowly but surely. Okay, next Hoya. This is my Hoya Sunrise. So when I first got this Hoya Sunrise, she was probably only 3 leaves maybe, and so I've had it for about a year now, and it's looking really good. It's growing in. It's super sun stressed. So I will mention all of my Hoyas, they're growing in my grow tent, and I leave the light on for an absurd amount of time because I'm lazy. But yeah, so she's sun stressing a lot, super dark. She actually has this piece down here. I think I forgot to water her for a little bit too long, so like down here she's starting to dry out a little bit, but it's fine. Yeah, but she's so pretty. I love how it sun stresses. I love the, sorry, that was my elbows on the table. I love the splash on some of the leaves. Not sure if this is focusing at all. Yeah, she's just really cute. She's growing a lot. She's got like way too many active growth points. I don't think this one has any peduncles or anything crazy, just super sun stressed. Again, on a little circle trellis that I just made. And yeah, I think she looks cute in this little cover pot. I think it's just a perfect combo. So that's my Hoya Sunrise. Let's just get this ugly dude out of the way. Okay, so this is my Hoya. I'm gonna hold this because this is a cutting that I just plopped in there. This is my Hoya ILAGORIUM, I think is how you say it. It's got these really long leaves. I actually might just pop this out so I can show you. It's not rooted yet, I just put that in there. But this was actually a lot bigger than this, and it was a whole lot taller, and then I just chopped it back because it was looking kind of ugly and straggly. So this is actually a brand new leaf right here. It's not even hardened off all the way yet. But yeah, I don't have too much to say about this. It's not very cute right now, and just trying to get these cuttings to root in there, and then maybe it'll be a nice fuller looking plant. But right now, this is what she looks like. Oh gosh. Oh, and all this dirt on my dining room table. Okay, for our next Hoya, this is my Hoya Australis Lisa. She's so pretty. When I first got this, I believe it was a 4-leaf cutting that I had to root. And then 2 of the leaves fell off. So this is actually an original leaf, as well as this one. So yeah, but everything above that is brand new growth that it's put off. So she's a really great grower. It's actually super dry right now. I don't know if you can tell how bendy those leaves are, and they're kind of wrinkly, but yeah, she's super pretty. She probably needs a trellis of some sort, but just haven't. No, that's not what I paid for. This is just a nursery pot I'm using. But yeah, so she needs to be watered, but she's super pretty and I really like it. Can't wait for it to be like a really big, huge full pot of it, like my regular Hoya Australis. So this is just the plain green one, and I don't even know if I can get there. That's like the whole thing in frame for you. So yeah, she's going crazy. She grows like crazy. Yeah, I've thought about trying to have this as a trailing plant, but the vines and tendrils kind of get a little bit too insane to maintain, and they grab onto everything, which, as you can see now, she's outgrown this trellis. She's just vining everywhere again, like so I don't know that this trellis is doing much good for it, but I don't know. I also have, I don't even know why I brought this out here. I don't need to show you all my duplicates, but this is a cutting off of this that I've grown out, and this one's in pawn. You can see it's nice pawn roots in there. Yeah, Hoya Australis, super easy, vigorous grower. Next Hoya, it's my Hoya Chelsea. Now, this is probably one of my favorite plants in my entire plant collection, not just Hoya collection. She's also on a circle trellis, but she's almost got the vibe that I'm looking for, where you can't even see the trellis anymore. It's just foliage. She's so big and huge. I love the texture of the leaves, the little crinkles in them. And it's funny because she actually has this like plain strand of CARNOSA that has started to grow out. But look how huge some of those leaves are. Like, it's getting pretty big. But yeah, this is my Hoya Chelsea. She's huge and we love her. And I just love these leaves, all her new growth. She probably also needs a water. I don't know if you can tell. She's a little wrinkled, but she's all right. She's a champ. And she's just living in the nursery pot that I got her in, actually. Like, it still has that plastic thing in the bottom. I should probably dig it out, but she's so happy and she's thriving that I don't want to mess things up. Yeah, I love her. Our next Hoya is the Hoya Finlaysonii. So this is her. I did have her on a trellis, but I don't know. I have so many Hoyas that are trellised right now, and most of my big ones are, that I kind of just wanted one that was getting a little bit bigger to trail. So right now she's still kind of trying to stand up, but yeah. This is my Hoya Finlaysonii. There's 2 different plants in this pot. One I got from a friend and one I got from a nursery that is fairly local to me. I mean, it's like 45 minutes away. But yeah, she's growing really well. Her leaves are getting a little bit bleached because I moved her to the top shelf of my grow tent. And I don't think she's not unhappy. Like, she's still growing. These are some new leaves. They're really dark and they've grown like above where the grow light is. So she's not necessarily unhappy, but she could probably be prettier if I wasn't bleaching it out. But yeah, that's my Hoya Finlaysonii. She's getting pretty big. Really love her. Okay, let's just get this ugly dude out of the way. I just can't make this Hoya happy, and anytime that I start to and it starts pushing out new growth, it gets mad at me again and starts to die back, so it might not hang out that much longer. But this is my Hoya Manipurensis. Oh, and I'm getting the substrate everywhere. Yeah, so she kind of hates me. I got this in an import where like 90% of what we imported died because we did it during the winter, and then there was obviously going to be a freaking freeze snowstorm right when we did that. So yeah, so she's basically like she was set up for failure, but I don't know if this is gonna pull through or if it's ever gonna grow. But that's that. Hoya Manipurensis. It would have been a cool Hoya if it wasn't dead. It's not dead, but almost dead. Next Hoya, this is my Hoya Nathalie. It like has an H in it, so I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But yeah, this is my Hoya Nathalie. She's getting pretty big, filling out pretty nice, and I have her in this super cute vase pot that I just love. I love it. I really like this Hoya because I love when it sun stresses that it gets these like these dark, hold on this leaf, these dark outer margins. They're really dark. She's putting out new growth right here. That's a new leaf. Yeah, she's just growing like crazy. She wasn't there for a while, and I only had, I think I had 2 leaves maybe, or maybe 3, like these 2, and then it was this stem with this one. I don't know, but she's finally growing and filling out, and I really like her in this pot and this trellis. I like how she's, I almost really like how she's only filled out one side, but it'll be nice to have it all filled out. But yeah, Hoya Nathalie. This is either Hoya Kalimantan or Hoya. No, I think this is ERYTHRINA. I'll put it on the screen. This Hoya looks mad at me all the time. It looks like it needs water desperately, but I don't know if that's just kind of how it looks. Like, it always looks super wrinkled and angry, all of the leaves. But this has been watered, so I don't know, maybe the roots rotted. I mean, it's got some resistance, so I don't know. That's my Hoya ERYTHRINA. She's not much to look at. Those are her newest leaves, and of course I burnt them in my grow tent. I really need to rearrange some Hoyas and maybe not put them on the top shelf. This is my Hoya Kalimantan. She's got this random tendril. That's the only bad thing about Hoyas. I like the tendrils, but I also hate them because they get into everything. Yeah, but anyways, so this Hoya, I just watered her. She was super thirsty, so her leaves are wrinkly, but I know why these are. Anyways, she has started putting out some ginormous leaves for me, and the veining on this guy, it's just awesome. I really, really have been enjoying her lately. This is her newest leaf. Again, getting a little bit bleached by the grow light. But yeah, so this was an unrooted cutting, and it had, I think it had 2 leaves, and this is one of them. You can tell it's like, please let me go. But yeah, it's done all this growing in my care. I've had it for a good amount of time now, probably almost a year now. So we like her. She's just wrinkled right now because I just watered her earlier today. These are my Hoya PUBICALYX. I don't know how you pronounce it exactly. This one is one I just recently got. I mean, not recently, it's been a few months now, but newer than the other one. And it has such insane, amazing splash on it. I just love it. So that's why I had to have a duplicate of this one. She's just so pretty. And this is, these two, they grow in differently, so I think they might be a different variety. I mean, I'm pretty sure they are, but they haven't flowered for me yet, so I don't really know 100%. But like, if you can see, this is new growth right here, these 2 leaves, and they're coming in nice and green. Or you can see those 2 tiny ones there, they're green, really pretty. But then you get my other PUBICALYX, they're grown in the same conditions. And this one, the new leaves, as you can see, come in super dark, and they stay dark for a while. Like, but see how these are brand new, not softened or not hardened off yet, and they come in like a dark burgundy. So I don't know if this would be like a Royal Hawaiian or what, but that's why I have duplicate of this. And this one, I did have a really huge full one and put it outside, burnt it, chopped it up into cuttings, and now she's finally regrowing. So, but yeah, that's the Hoya PUBICALYX. I love them both. I can't wait for them both to be long and trailing. Okay, so the next Hoya, it's in my hair, is going to be the Hoya OBOVATA. This is her, well, one of them. I grew this one out from 3 cuttings that I had, and she's getting nice and big. She has 2 peduncles. There's one right there, and there's another one right there. And then she also put out this really pretty leaf right there with like half moon variegation almost, or splash, I guess. I just love it. I love Hoya OBOVATA, and I love it so much. I actually have another one, And this is her. So once again, this used to be a big full basket. I mean, it's getting pretty full, but put her outside for the summer, burned her, chopped it up. This is where we're at now. She's getting nice and full. I can't wait to have like long hanging vines of these beautiful round leaves. Oh, I love it. Hoya Obovata, so that's my other one. I had to show them both because I love them both so much. It's just so cute. I love round leaves. I think that's the thing, is if they're round and splashy, I like them. Okay, next Hoya. Ooh, let's staying on trend. This is my Hoya Obovata variegated. So it's variegated on the inside, you can see there. I haven't had this one that long, maybe a couple of months. And it hasn't grown for me yet, but if you look really close, right there at the tip, she's finally putting out some new growth for me. So I went ahead and gave her this stake so we can just train her to grow straight up of it, up it. Yeah. So after this gets bigger, I'm sure I will cut it up, put the cuttings back in the pot, because I really like big full baskets of Hoyas. This is what we've got for now. Okay, moving on. This is my Hoya Bilobata or Bertonier. I'm not sure. The person I got it from wasn't sure either. But she's really cute. She's struggled. She started burning and dying off, so I cut it up once again. That's what I do. And re-rooted it, so she's starting to finally grow back out. You can see some new growth there and probably some cat hair. Jojo, not right now. But yeah, so she is doing good. My cat just she's fine. She's fine. Anyways, yeah, that's that guy. Kind of pitiful looking, but I still like it and I think it looks cute, just barely growing out of this little pot. Okay, this is my Hoya Dasyantha or something or other. I'll put the name on the screen once again. She has been one long vine, and I was growing it up a pole and she kept wanting to fall off the pole, so I just took it off. And ever since I took it off, she has put out a branch right there. I don't remember, I think I took a cutting. I don't know, because I don't know where it would be. But she's putting out a branch there, putting out one. Let's see, can you see? There's one there, there's one here, and there's one here. So here pretty soon, she will not just be one long vine. But yeah, I think she's super cute. Kind of looks like just a Carnosa, but it's supposed to be different. Okay, let's finish this up. I had to take a break because my camera battery died. I ordered a spare one, so hopefully that doesn't happen again for me, but let's finish up. So my next Hoya is this little Hoya BIAKENSIS. It's so cute. It's just a little cutting I got from my friend. I have it rooting in my DIY pond mixture. There's not much to see. I haven't had it that long. It's been probably like maybe a month now, but I'm pretty sure it's starting to actually root. I can see roots if I look up in the top of it, and then it's putting out this new growth right here. So she's growing. She's super cute. I really love tiny Hoyas, so I'm not even mad about it being small right now. But yeah, Hoya BIAKENSIS. Then next, let's get this guy out of the way. He's looking a bit rough because I hadn't watered him for a while. I didn't realize how thirsty it was, but if you can look and see the wrinkling on the leaves, it was even worse before I watered it. This is my Hoya SHEPHERDII. She is tendriling all over the place, but yeah, I basically almost killed this thing many times, and it's still here, so that's a win. But you can see the leaves are like completely curled right now. Not super cute looking, but she's still fun. She's got crazy tendrils. She's putting out new growth. There's a new leaf right there, and everywhere there's another one. So Hoya Shepherdii. Next, this is my Hoya, I believe this is Wayettii. I'm sure it's Wayettii, but she is getting a little stressed and bleached from the light per usual. You can see some of these leaves, and then some are coming in super dark. I think I actually may have moved her down a shelf in my grow tent, but I revived this. It was looking almost completely dead at the nursery, and I got it, and now she is thriving. So cute. I can't wait for her to get even bigger and trail some more. It's like little hair. Like, I love it. Hoya Wayettii. Next, let's talk about the compactas. So Hoya Carnosa compacta. So here is my regular one. She's in this, that's from an anthurium, but regular old. I've had this for a while. It used to be one long strand, and I chopped it in half and rooted it, took some leaves off, rooted it down in there. So now it's finally growing some. Hopefully it will fill out. Yeah, that's what she looks like, Hoya Carnosa compacta. Then I also have, this one is kind of pitiful, but I took a cutting. This is my Hoya Carnosa compacta albo, and she's kind of ugly. Please focus. Here we go. She's got a new leaf down in there. This one looks like it's, oh, yep, look. That's dead. But this one doesn't like me. I don't really know why, because my other two varieties are fine, but I did take a cutting of it that I'm trying to reroot right now, just so I could have more of a plant than just this. But that's what we have right now going on. Yeah, she looks super wrinkly, even though she's watered and she's well rooted, so her roots aren't like rotted. She just hates her life. I don't know, I can't please it. So there's that one, and then last but not least, this is my Hoya compacta monaloa. So this has the variegation on the inside of the leaves. Zizi, move. I don't know how many animal interruptions I'm gonna get today. There's been so many. Anyways, this one is the one that likes me the most. So this started as a cutting that looked about the size of this when I first got it, and now she's done this, and she's actually way bigger, but she has curled up inside of herself. And I've also taken cuttings of this one, so like she's done some good growing, and her new growth is super pretty. She actually has some splash that's starting to happen on some of her leaves. Let me find them. Vixen, no. My dog is crying. I can't do this. I don't know. She's got some splash. She's growing. She's super happy. She is in my DIY pond mixture as well. Yeah, this one likes me the most out of all three, even the plain green one. She's putting out new growth all the time, trying to get my face out of the way. But yeah, so that's the last of my Hoya compactas. I have all three. Actually, there's also one, it's called Jody's Silver, where it's basically completely silver. I would love it, but they're extremely hard to find and extremely expensive, so gonna have to wait for a miracle on one of those. Okay, next, let's talk about my Hoya POLYNEURA. It looks really sad, but this actually had two really long vines that were coming off of it, and I decided to cut it because I wanted a big full pot. So these are all rooting down in here. They're actually, oh, that one doesn't feel very rooted, but most of them feel rooted by now, which is good. So they're finally rooting, but we've got some new growth. These are new leaves right there. She's got some nice splash on some of them. And then we have this cool leaf that's like a split tail with 2 points on it. And then if you look down in here, there's more new growth right there. So yeah, that's my POLYNEURA. Eventually she's gonna be a big full pot. But like all of my Hoyas, I chopped it up into multiple cuttings, and this is what we're dealing with right now. So she'll get bigger, she'll keep growing. It'll be good. This is, she looks kind of pitiful as well. Like, I thought I saw some good roots, but maybe I was like, oh no, you can see them, but I doubt the camera will pick them up. But this is my Hoya KANYAKUMARIANA, I think is how you say it. She's just a little dude. I think it's really cute though. Let's focus on the Hoya. Yep. It's got these little tiny curled leaves. Yeah, she's just growing. She's doing her thing. Not much to see, but yeah. Hoya KANYAKUMARIANA. I don't mind the little guys, they're kind of fun. Next is my Hoya. This was Macrophylla ALBOMARGINATA, I believe. And then I think these have been reclassified to LATIFOLIA, all Macrophylla, so I don't know. But it's the variegated one. Well, it's supposed to be, but I only have one leaf. I used to have this as a full basket, and somehow I killed it. Like, killed most of it, and this is what I was able to save. So this is also rooted down into the DIY pond. Looks really good. Her roots look great. I mean, there's some algae, but she's got a growth point right there, and another one right in the middle. So yeah, just a little cute dude, but she's doing her thing. She's getting there. Now we have Hoya LACUNOSA. This one is doing good. She's doing really good. She's growing a lot. This one has actually flowered for me. It's my only Hoya I've ever got to bloom, so that's really cool, I think. You can see there's a peduncle right there, and then there's another one right there that actually, hold on, where are we at? Oh, right there. That actually looks like it's got some buds on it, so we might get another bloom. Not sure. But yeah, she's always growing like crazy. The funny thing is, some of the leaves, like if you look down in here, are like long and skinny from when I first got it, and now they come out these like almost spade, like smaller compact leaves. I don't know, because this one's long and skinny too, but you can see some of them are smaller, more spade shape. Kind of weird, but I like it. She does both in the same plant, whatever you want to do. She's actually growing off her trellis, so I need to clip her back onto there so she can keep on growing, taking it over. But yeah, I'm really happy with her. She's really cute. This is my Hoya NUMMULARIODES. So this is another fuzzy leafed Hoya. You can probably see it best on this leaf right here. These are the two newest leaves. So this I've actually had for quite some time, but I kept almost killing it. So I finally moved it into the DIY pond, and she finally has some good roots. You can see them all down there in the bottom. So after, I think she finally rooted in this pond mixture she put out. I'm very quickly learning that you cannot have animals in a room with you when you're trying to film. Anyways, this is my Hoya Michele. She is so cute and splashy. I'm going to scream. These are the two leaves she came with. I put her on this circle trellis to help encourage this vine to actually grow, and it is working. That, come on, focus. that's her newest leaf there. She's still working on putting that out. And then she has another one right there. So I'm really excited to see this grow out and get beautiful because I love the splash and I love how big these leaves are. Just stunning. Her roots look great. So she should have no problem growing out. There's some algae, but you know, that happens. But yeah, her roots are looking fantastic. So that's the Hoya Michele. So this is my Hoya Caudata Sumatra. So this is actually two separate cuttings. This is one here that's putting out this tendril. And then this is another one. I actually just got this cutting not long ago. So I just have these in this DIY pond rooting up together. There's not much to talk about or say because I just have these two cuttings, but I think it's gonna be really pretty. Once it grows out, puts out some more leaves, gets to some growing, but right now it's just this little spindly dude, but that's okay. This is my Hoya Archboldiana or Archboldiana. I don't know how you say it, but she is so cute. Plain dark leaves. Honestly, when I first got this, I wasn't that into it. Like, I didn't think I was really gonna like it, but then actually having it in person, these leaves are really thick and like plump. I just really like that. I don't know, I like the thickness of the leaves. So she hasn't put out any new leaves for me, but she put out this super long tendril, which looks like it's got some leaves starting. Hopefully those don't just blast off. So no new growth yet, but we've got a tendril. And I was actually putting her on this stake to hopefully get it not to just tendril and get it to actually put out leaves, but she said no, I'm doing it anyways, so we'll see. I like it so far though. I love how thick the leaves are, so that's that guy. Now this one looks a little pitiful as well, but she's got like 5 different buds where she's thinking about growing, so she will hopefully be pretty really soon. This is my Hoya Calistophylla. Yeah, not much to look at, but so cute nonetheless. I love the veining on these leaves. I think it's gorgeous. This one's only a little half leaf. It's how I got it from a plant friend. But yeah, she's got some nice roots. This one's in LECA, and those are rooting up pretty well. And then if you look at the tip here, I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's a bunch of different like buds for new growth that are starting. So hopefully she's gonna start fleshing out some new growth very soon. This Hoya is Hoya retusa. I think it hates me. I don't think it's grown at all. I'm pretty sure it's looked like this since I've had it. I don't know, it's probably grown. I thought I saw spider mites. I don't know, I mean it does have a little growth point right there. It's not gonna focus, but I honestly don't really like it that much. In terms of Hoyas, like with plants, it's a cool different plant, but it's definitely not my favorite Hoya. Honestly, it kind of looks like grass, which might be why it's kind of cool. I don't know. It's not my favorite. This one doesn't live in my grow tent. It doesn't get any special treatment. It lives in my living room, and I ignore it a lot, but I don't know. Hoya retusa, not much to say about it. This is my Hoya Surrejoensis. We're gonna call it Hoya Surrey because I don't really know how to pronounce it. But I really like this guy. This actually can get super bright red, sun stressing, but as you can see right there, it was starting to fry. So I took it further away from the grow lights. So you can see the sun stress is starting to fade quite a bit on it, but it can get super beautifully red on it. She has a growth point there at the top and another one, let's see, right here. And she was actually growing super fast for me. Like she just went into a growth spurt all of a sudden because I got her with, I think, this leaf and this leaf. And then she's put out all of this in the past like couple months. And then I chopped it. So this is actually, this is the top cutting. I think this is a Hoya Hanhie. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure whatsoever. It might not be. I don't have too much to say about this Hoya. I didn't like it for a while because it wasn't growing for me, and now it's put out like all of these leaves. These bottom two is what it had, and now it's put out all the rest of this and these two tendrils, and I've taken cuttings from it. So now I'm kind of starting to like it, and I like that it's starting to get these dark borders on the edges. So I think it's a Hanhie, but I'm not 100% sure if that's right or not. This is my Hoya rotundiflora. I've killed it off a couple times. I'm trying to reroot it in my pond mix. I don't know if it's working yet, but just got these 3 leaves and they're actually fuzzy, so that's kind of cool. Next, this is my Hoya quinquenervia. So I've had kind of a love-hate relationship with this. It's not because I keep killing it, it keeps getting knocked off because it was in a different pot situation and it was getting top heavy. So it kept getting pissed off. So I put it in this cover pot that's nice and heavy, so hopefully that won't happen anymore. She can also get some nice color from sun stressing. Yeah, Hoya quinquenervia. This one is my Hoya parasitica heart shape. She's beautiful. She needs some water. Yep. I love the splash on this one. Yeah, she desperately needs a drink. Here's some newer leaves. And then the newest leaf right there. But she's starting to grow in, starting to get kind of cute. I wish that it was a little fuller because she's making a big old gap between where she's growing, but it's okay. Hoya parasitica heart shape. And last but not least, this is maybe one of my favorite Hoyas at the moment. This is my Hoya obscura. I just got this from a plant friend not long ago, and it is exploding. It has 3 active growth points, and I think it looks so cute in this little cover pot that I put it in. So I'm really excited for this to get nice and full, and I know it can get some beautiful sun stressing as well. So I hope I can achieve that. But yeah, Hoya obscura, I really like it. All right, you guys, so I think that was all of my Hoyas. That was a lot. That took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. We had a lot of animal interruptions, but oh well. If you guys like this video, you can go ahead and hit the like button and you can subscribe. I plan on posting a lot more plant related videos on this channel, and I'll probably do a little bit of a better like intro on who I am and my collection in my next video. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today, and I will just see you guys in my next video. Bye.